Hi everyone, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to the Illumined Guru. Thanks to the new subscribers. And those of you who are just getting to know me, I am a soul coach and intuitive advisor helping twin flames and those along the Ascension journey. As you all know, I've launched a new website called Vibe Up. Vibe Up is spelled with no E, so you can go to www.vibup.com. Check out the blogs, the information, all the free tools. And if you want to become a member, there is tons of self-mastery online courses that you can take on your own. And these are supplements to coaching, or you can do this without doing the individual coaching. All the tools, everything that you need for your ascension is right there. Okay, so email me if you have questions about Vibe Up. That email is hi@vibup.com. And again, you can just visit the website. All the contact info is there as well. So with the Illumined Guru, don't forget, if you do want to work one-on-one, that I left the Eclipse special up there. I guess I will leave it there through this next eclipse on August 11th, which is new moon solar eclipse in Leo. We're going to talk about that eclipse. We're going to talk about the energies of the month. So if you want to book the eclipse special, a reading, intuitive guidance session, or a soul coaching session to actually facilitate your healing work, you can do that on theilluminedguru.com. The links are on the YouTube channel art. Alrighty, so like I said, I want to talk about this month's energies. I'm going to come back in the middle of the month or in a week or so, and I'm going to do a live read for energy forecast for the new moon solar eclipse. Okay, so at that time, just before that time, I'm going to do another update. It's going to be a live reading. Okay, so stay tuned for that. But this reading is more collective energies, especially what we're working on over the next 6 months. Ooh, I have goosebumps because the 6 keeps appearing in this spread. Okay, so presently what's coming up is 6 of air, and this is for both masculine and feminine. This is a general reading for the collective. 6 of air feels like that, that ship caught out at sea in a storm. It's that the seas are choppy, the destination is uncertain. We are being rerouted. We may have just been thrown off course, or we may be just about to be thrown off course. But it's not really being thrown off course. We're being thrown off the course that we thought that we wanted to go, or that we've been, eyeing, or that we've had in mind, because our higher self has something else planned for us. And where you're going may not be certain. This next shore you pull into, when you see land, you may not know when or know where you are. But when you get there, the promise that they're showing me is that it's lush and it's going to feed your soul, and it's a much higher place for your soul's evolution. And that those of you who are experiencing this transition, because it is a transition, that's what this card is representing, you are ready for it because you have been through a lot of the soul lessons that you've needed to go through at sort of, let's say, this rung or this level to, let's say, like get polished, right? To get ready for that higher place, to be and exist and flourish in that higher place. And now that you're going to that higher place, it's feeling like there's a lot of reward there. And as you can tell, this is a very similar theme to what's been coming up in the past readings that I did in July and for the past 2 eclipses, because we keep seeing Treasure Island for September. We keep seeing that, we're being rewarded for these changes that we're making. So, but as you know, when you're on a ship and you're caught in a storm, I mean, it's scary, right? There's weather, you could die, it's survival. You don't know where you're going, or if you're going somewhere that's going to be safe, or where you'll end up, or how long it's going to take you. And this is where the trust is so imperative, right? So they're saying, although you don't have all the answers right now, This is a storm. We're in a cosmic storm right now. We're in a storm of upheaval, of changes being made, and we are needing to trust, because pretty soon, and they're showing me about from mid to end of August, there's going to be a lot of clarity. Like the waters are going to calm down. They keep showing me right around the 18th of August, things are calming down. And that is when Mercury's coming out of retrograde. We'll still be in a shadow phase, right? But things are calming down, and that's where we're like, it's like the sun's coming out after the storm, and we're like, oh, land, I see land. And then more clarity is going to come. So if you are like chomping at the bit for the answers right now, try to get comfortable in the discomfort of not knowing. Trust the changes that are being made, whether they're being made for you or you're initiating them. Any transition is for your benefit right now. Some things may still not be clear, some decisions, and that's okay. Sit with it. When you don't know, don't do anything just yet. Okay, that's the best advice I can give you. When you don't know what to do, don't do anything. Okay, the clarity will come. So, and when it does come, what they're showing me is when you arrive at the shore, it's important to arrive with the mentality of the Fool, which is like childlike enthusiasm. It feels like being totally immersed in the new life, which means letting go of the past, letting go of the resentments, the hurts, the baggage, the way things have played out, trusting that they've played out just perfect and you've arrived at the perfect place. Getting caught up in the moment, right? Being present. And then, as she is sounding her horn, she's calling in what she desires. This is an opportunity to start anew. Like, give yourself permission. Like, if you had a permission slip that said, I permit you to start anew, and anything you want, you can pull into this new world, right? Anything you desire. And all the things of the past don't matter at all, because that's the truth, that they don't. And so we're being asked to see this next phase, which I feel like is coming in September for many of us, as that, or at least it will be starting in September and then continuing on. And everyone's going to be, so don't take this all so literally. Take what resonates for you, because everyone's going to be on a different sort of phase of this, of this timeline, this collective timeline that we're on, right? These collective energies. And your timeline might be a bit different. So, but I think a lot in the collective are going to see the clarity and be moving towards the shore or arriving at the shore in September, October, definitely by the end of the year. Okay, so calmer waters. They're saying being present where you land. If there's something that you have left behind, let's say that this leads you somewhere where you can never go back to that old life or those old ways of being. Okay, then they're saying, then embrace it and start anew. How do you want to be? How do you want to live? Live the way you want to. Live the way, welcome in only what you desire. Okay? So, and underneath this is the Between Worlds card. And I feel like that this is what this is about. It's like really letting go of where you've left and getting totally enraptured by where you've ended up. It's also the distinction between, this lower sort of place that we've been in, doing the ascension work, learning the lessons and everything. And now as we've tied up some of those lessons and we're graduating, it's graduating onto this higher place. So it's low, high, it's 3D, 5D, whenever we see this card. And this is a 3 card. We have 3 threes. We have 3s and 6s and 10s and 0s in this reading, which is really interesting. So, I feel like the 6 is representative of the 6-month cycle of these eclipses until the next set of eclipses in January, February 2019. And the 10 is about the completion, right? What we're closing up, what we're leaving behind. 0, 1, starting anew, right? But this card, Between Worlds, really feels like, when you look at this, it feels like this. They're saying that you may have some struggle here with, you know, grieving the old life. The quicker, though, you allow yourself to be present with the new life, with the new direction, okay, it may not be a whole full-fledged new life that you can see the whole thing, you know, right in front of you. It may just be like a new direction or a new course. Have faith in that. Trust in that. Be present in that. So the more you do, the more it's going to open up for you and open up for you and open up for you, okay? And then crowning over this, I have soulmates. And the soulmates card, it's feeling like the transitions that we're making are necessary so that we can come together with our beloveds. And this is about our own individual happiness. And I think some of you in the collective, some of you are torn right now because you're saying, I'm hearing the calling to this shore. I'm hearing the calling to do this, but this, you know, like cognitively doesn't add up or equate to my twin flame. And they're saying you just need to hear the calling, because even if it doesn't make sense logically or in the 3D, those changes that you're making are helping you come into contact, union with your beloved soulmate, with your twin flame. It feels like soulmates reuniting, soulmates finding each other in these new places for many of you, and even twin flames uniting. Okay? So, and for each of you, it may be different. We may not know that answer either. Some of you may have been on a twin flame journey, getting ready to line up with a real twin, a soulmate who's going to be a life partner. And some of you have just been navigating these waters to self-mastery and wholeness so that you can come into full union with your twin flame, the person who you've had in mind. Don't forget, this is also going to bring a little bit of a, remember I said change in course. We thought we were headed one way. Oh my God, it's another way. It's a different shore. This is also could mean that soulmates are coming in for you. It wasn't who you originally thought it was. Okay? It wasn't who you originally thought it was. This is where we have to get good at releasing this label around twin flames. This is an ascension journey. This is a self-mastery journey. This is about deep soul connection, deep love that we have for another, but finding that love within ourselves. That's what this journey is about. It's being sparked by these connections, these soulmate twin flame connections. But the thing is they're also showing me this might get a little bit shook up. So stay open. Stay open. Have the eyes of a fool, the childlike enthusiasm. Oh, it's you? I didn't know it was you. Wow, this is even better than I expected. This may be happening for some. Okay? Oh, I love the comments I'm going to get after this. Everyone's going to be like, panic mode. It's not my twin flame. What do you mean? It's not my twin flame. Don't do it. Just sit with it. Think about it. Well, how would it be if it wasn't? If someone else was meant to be your life partner, not who you thought or assigned as your twin flame label. Some of you do really, really, really know. And some of you are really, really navigating this course beautifully because you're navigating it as an ascension course, self-mastery. And this is, again, navigation. Navigation. Let the self-mastery and the ascension be how you navigate. Not the, how would it be to be on this ship and be so attached to outcome? No, I'm only going here. No, I'm only going here. Nope, it has to be like this, and it has to be on this day and this time and with this person over here in this place. That wouldn't really work when you're caught in a storm, right? So allow yourself to be taken and trust that how things are lining up are exactly as they're supposed to and with whom they're supposed to. I feel a lot of release of karma right now. So I don't feel like we're going to see a big wave of masculine or feminine going into karmic relationships. I think a lot of you are ending your karmic relationships and karmic cycles for good. I mean, for the most part. There's a lot of karma that's resolving. There's a lot of karma that's tying up right now. There's a lot of epiphanies, you know, light bulbs going on, where we're really learning the lesson, clearing lifetimes of lessons. And as we get this, we break through to the next level, the next rung in our ascension. And this is enabling us to come together with her in harmonious union with ourselves, with soulmates, life partners, and our twin flame unions we're going to see more and more of this. Okay? So be open. All right. So the sixth card is love, which is all about oneness. And I feel like this feels like sort of the solar energy to me. And so this is like, and with the lion, this is the Leo energy. So this is talking about the 6-month cycle that is spawning from this solar eclipse happening on August 11th. And that the one thing, the most important thing that we're working on collectively now is not clearing out the karma. It is now resolving and dissolving separation mentality. I have goosebumps because I channeled that message probably 3 or 4 months ago and then set up my retreat for 2019, which is the Vibe Up retreat, and we're going to go glamping in upstate New York. But the whole theme of the weekend is an I am themed weekend, and it's meant to help you dissolve the judgment from within, strip away the ego identities, anything that you've projected or that holds you in separation with others, so that you can claim your authenticity, balance the energies from within, and then also shed the judgment, shed the projection, shed those behaviors in the way that we view others as well, so that we can step into unity consciousness. And so if you want to check out the retreat, you can reserve it now. You can do an early registration. I think this is going to be a theme that's going to be very prevalent right through 2019. I mean, we're going to be working on this collectively for a while, but you guys as twin flames and those along the ascension journey right now, you guys are the pioneers. So we're pioneering this. So that retreat's set up so that it's a really fun, weekend and really great time that we can connect as a tribe, but also so that we can explore these concepts. So collectively, that's what we're being asked to do. So when you think about, okay, well, this is about the oneness. This is about finding the oneness from within. That's healing our wounds. That's healing all of this stuff at the root level, which a lot of you are working on. Some of you still need more tools, right? But as we get to that place and we get to that place and we get more and more in alignment with ourselves and we're able to become more healed and evolved, we'll be able to be more mindful and bring mindfulness into everything that we do. And with that mindfulness, we will not see ourselves as separate from others. We will not project onto others. We will not judge others. And that's what we're being called to dissolve right now. If you guys haven't read it already, read my blog on Vibe Up called Peace, Love, and Go Fuck Yourself, ? Read that blog because it's all about how we do this, how we dissolve the separation mentality. Okay, so vibeup.com, click on the view blog, and it's called Peace, Love, and Go Fuck Yourself, ? Okay, good blog, so read it. So, so oneness. Ask yourself, where have I... Good practice would be not just ask yourself, but follow yourself around for a week, like become the observer of self in all situations. At the gym, when you're standing in the grocery store line, when you're at the gas station, when you're driving on the road. Do you have road rage? Do you flip out? Are you reactive? Do you get annoyed with the person standing in front of you in line? When other people are selfish, are you feeling angst? Are you reacting? Are you judging others as you walk by them? Are you judging your family members or friends? Are you treating living things, animals, any living thing, as if it's less than you? This is something that we need to start observing in self, to have the awareness of where we're still needing to work with things within ourselves. There's a lot of great projection exercises that I could give to you, whether you want to come to coaching, to learn why we're projecting, what beliefs that's around, what we've disowned within ourselves, and to help dissolve those judgments. Or you can take the courses on Vibe Up. There is one specifically related to this as well. But that is a big collective thing that we're working on. Okay, that's really, 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 really important. So we do have, then it feels like as we come into this new life and we are now getting settled there, that this is what's ahead. Now, it is in reverse, but what they're showing us is 10 of water. This is like the 10 of cups. This is fulfillment. This is wishes fulfilled, wishes granted. This is the new life, being more settled, being happy, emotionally fulfilled, everything our heart's desires being fulfilled. And under this is, we just saw this in the last reading I posted, is the unfinished symphony, which is also a 10 card. So it feels like this is how we're starting the journey, and this is how we are sort of ultimately finishing it. We're starting it like there are some things unfinished. These are the things that we've needed to reconnect with within our soul, in our authentic self, our divine self. These are the things that we've also felt like were unfinished karmically, that we've tied up now so that we can go to this new shore and find the fulfillment and align with who we're supposed to align with. Soul tribe, soul mates, twin flame unions, right? This is this being all tied up. Okay? So I'm getting that the business is getting finished, and we are moving from this place of new shore, calling in what we want, right? Doing more polishing on ourselves, self-mastery, coming into wholeness, oneness within oneself, and then reward, right? Another reward, which is that full happy life. And the Buddha is here. So let's remember that, because the Buddha's come up again as a 3-3 card in our Ascension deck, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Above this is why. Why? So, and I think this has a lot to do with hindsight. Like when we get here, not that this is the end, because this is like the beginning of another new life of happiness, of joy, of maintaining or sustaining, learning how to achieve that unity consciousness and get to that place, that state, get unconditional, get to the state of unconditional, and then sustain it, right? This is like sustaining it, being that person, embodying it. And the things that we're asking why about now, we'll look back and we'll say, oh, that was why. That was why. All this uncertainty. Oh, I know why now. It was bringing me to a happier place. Oh, gosh, I wish you all knew how. I so get it. I so get the fear that is around you in these transitions. But, it's very purposeful. So, and we have that as the advice card in the Sonia Choquette deck. So it's coming up as purpose, master teacher. This is you're being guided. You don't know where this arrow is taking you, but there's a huge purpose in this. So when you're saying why, you answer yourself, there's great purpose. It's my higher self. So master, there's my master teachers are taking me to this place. It's purposeful. And then this is showing me the new life, right? Divine Mother's coming in. This is a new life that we're starting. Okay, and that's new creative gifts. Some of you are literally going to be birthing babies this year, and or finding out that you're pregnant. Some of you are just birthing creative projects, creating new lives. This is all part of the birthing process, the creation process, right? Makes no difference if you're literally birthing a baby or if you're birthing something creative, a creative project, or birthing a new life. You're giving birth to something, okay? And they're saying intuition, use your intuition as well. So this is your inner child. And again, this feels similar to this. So use your intuition with what you're calling in. This is about listening to yourself and trusting. Trust. Listen, trust. Okay, so I did pull. Well, let's talk about bottom of the deck. Let's talk about bottom of the deck for a moment. Bottom of the deck for the Good Tarot is 7 of Air. And as you can see, this is a woman who's flown out on her own, beautiful angel, and she's needed to step out of conformity. And, you know, this is a big message here too for this transition, is really, you know, stepping away from what others want us to do, what others want us to think. We're seeing this like really in healthcare, in the way we eat and live. People are making better choices, more well-informed choices. They're not going into the healthcare system. They're not having the traditional cancer treatments. They're now finding alternative therapies, alternative healing, homeopathic healing, right? And this is like going out on your own. This is also, I feel like, for those of you who are leaving karmic situations and, you know, now you're breaking away from the, you know, sort of conformity that was sort of the guilt or the shame that was bestowed upon you by your families, where you're like, oh no, I have to stay in this marriage, or I have to stay in this, and fear of judgment. This is breaking away from the way things have been done and paving a new way. This is with your mission. This is breaking off and just saying, no, I feel this calling. This is what I'm going to do. This is, I'm not working in the corporate world anymore. I'm going to just follow my heart. I'm going to move into a heart-centered business. So in many ways, we're breaking away from tradition. We're breaking away from the way things have been done, right? Those shifting, we'll see more and more shifting of paradigms, because it's like during this phase, like we're taking action into the new life. So it's not just an internal shift of belief, but we're actually like moving in line with it, which is really, really powerful. So we are truly starting to shift consciousness in that way. We're not going to be living the same way that we were. And we're going to see even more by the end of 2019 and into 2020. We'll see even more communal living. We're going to see a lot of return to tradition. And I'm not talking about tradition by the book tradition. I'm talking about ancient ways of being, ancient healing, the ways in which we work together as community, right? And so, yeah, so honor that within yourself, whatever it is that you're being called to break from, you know, whatever you've been conforming to. That could be conformity within your family. That could be within society, right? And at any level, where am I conforming? Where have I been doing what I thought I should do, or because they thought I would be good if I did that? What's not working? What's rubbing me the wrong way right now? You know, like, is it healthcare? Is it the doctor's approach? Is it the food? You know, I just read an article how our food is being fertilized with sewage, right? So I've been organic for probably about 5 or 6 years. I think about 6 years now. But I'll tell you, it's disturbing to read these articles that your vegetables and produce are being grown in sewage. So yeah, so these are things like the more we question it, the more we're going to find new ways of being. We're going to do what does feel good to us, what does feel right for us. And that's how we're shifting and helping to up-level humanity. Okay? Bottom of the Wisdom of the Oracle, I had to think about that for a moment, is the Five of Coins. And this is, oh my God, it's not. This isn't Wisdom of the Oracle. This is my other deck that got mixed in with this. I'm like, huh? Why is this a tarot card? Well, interesting. This is from the Lover's deck. This got mixed in there for a reason. Somehow that got chopped in there. And I have to say to you that this is relevant. I'm not even going to look at the bottom of the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. This is saying the Fates. Okay, so this is the Fates. And this is Five of Coins. This is the abandonment stuff. This is, oh no, I don't know where I'm going. I'm so afraid. Oh gosh, it's the final strains of codependency that we're releasing. It's the fear. It's the fear of, going out on our own. It's the fear of this new place of starting all anew or all again, of taking on that new course and direction, of leaving that thing that we've crutched onto, feeling like we have been rejected or that we've been left. But remembering that you haven't. Your soul has chosen to go to a higher place. And this is the one thing and the biggest thing, the biggest core wound that twin flames work on along this journey is the abandonment wound. So if that's coming up for you presently, remember they're saying allow the universe to orchestrate it. Allow your higher self to orchestrate how everything's meant to be. Right? We're needing to let go of that fear of being left out in the cold, finding the fulfillment, the wholeness within us, the self-love, the self-reliance, okay? And that's going to really help us not look back, right? And they're saying looking back and trying to crutch to the old ways of being, the dependency, the fear of leaving, the fear of aligning all the way with ourselves, which is often, and as I see as a soul coach, it's the hardest thing because we've aligned our energy with someone else, whether that be our twin flame or others in our life or that we give too much to. That's the number one thing I see is just like this resistance to go all the way into ourselves, all the way into our own alignment. It's scary. And it does feel like this. It does. That's complete self-reliance that we're being asked to, align with. And so self-love is always paramount in this journey. Remember that, okay? So bottom of the deck with the, well, let me show you the Ascension cards first. So I pulled for feminine and masculine. Feminine card is Isis. It's the Sacred Feminine deck, Isis, which is the total woman, right? The one who is all. And I feel like this new shore that we're going to be able to really be that by bringing more wholeness to this shore, by getting on our missions and really doing that thing to break from the norm, to do the things that we've been desiring to do, to call in the soulmate, to come into union with the life partner, the twin flame. This is it. This is where she has it all at every level: home, family, career, mission, helping others, servicing others. This is the energy that feels very inspiring, let's say, for the feminine in the collective. And above this for her in the Ascension deck is Ascended Master Retreats. So I want to read this to you. It says, the great masters of earth have had incarnations, mastered their lessons, and ascended. They're disciplined but compassionate, for they understand the challenges of being in a physical body. This is an invitation to visit in sleep or meditation those ascended masters from whom you wish to learn. In their retreats in the inner planes, they teach their skills and knowledge to students. You can absorb this at an etheric level and start to bring the wisdom into your life. If you feel a resonance with particular ascended masters, ask them to guide you. I walk with the ascended masters. This may be a good time to refamiliarize yourself with the ascended masters, okay? I'm going to, while we have this card that's come up, pull from the Ascended Masters deck and see if I think everyone's going to have a different resonance, but I want to pull at least a few of the Masters out for the collective. Who's guiding the collective at this time? Okay. So let's ask that. And this is specifically came up above the feminine. So this is who's guiding the feminine and the collective at this time. Okay, let's just see what we have. Okay, and I can't even say the name. This makes a lot of sense to me. All right, so Avalo, I'm sorry, I apologize. It's Avalo Kitasvara. And this is see the other person's point of view from the Ascended Masters deck. And then we have the Green Man, which does not surprise me. This is all about getting heart-centered mission work, creativity, being in nature, right? Return to nature, but this is very much birthing creativity. It's very much like this new life card that we saw, okay? So in this see the other person's point of view feels like this to me, this oneness, right? Be one, see the other side, have compassion for all. And Lakshmi. Lakshmi is guiding the collective as well, okay? Because Lakshmi is helping us back in the abundance and security through the self-reliance, through the independence, through the following our heart's desires. We will be rewarded. It's taking the fear out, okay? So that's all for the feminine, okay? And then for the masculine, it says initiate. And this could be the masculine within us as well, right? So it's time to initiate. It's getting time. And this is a 14 card. We've had this is 41 and 14. And so the 5s are transformation, but it's also about like through this transition, it's going to be time then to take initiative also. Like once you see the clarity, once you see the shore, then you would say, okay, we're going to build a new home here. Okay, we're going to put our anchor down. We're going to pull this ship into shore. We're going to find food and sustenance. We're going to build this up. We're going to find a way to let the others know where we are, right? So this is about taking the initiative, but this is also about curiosity, openness, warmness, and this again is the squirrel and the fall leaves. So to me, this means we're initiating the changes. We're following through. We're taking the steps. We're having the clarity, and then we're making the changes into September and October. This is like those fall months, and it feels like this energy, curiosity, right? Enchantment, getting excited and being open to the possibilities of where you have landed, where you are going, the new course that you're on. And above that, for the masculine, is Hilarion, and this is an Ascended Master. And the message is, Hilarion is from Saturn and steps down his energy through the Temple of Truth over Crete. He is negotiator for Earth on the Council of Saturn and helps us remain connected to our spiritual journey. As master of the orange fifth ray of technology, science, truth, and knowledge, he invites you to open your mind so that he can drop seeds for new ideas into your consciousness. He assists those who are ready to become higher channels in clairvoyance. Your guidance is to sit quietly and ask him to help you be all that you can be. Affirmation is, I open myself to the wisdom and guidance of Hilarion. And this is, again, about, I think, the masculine, the masculine, your twin flame masculine, divine masculine, really opening up to higher channels, higher wisdom, listening to the higher self, trusting his intuition, some more of those clair senses being activated for the masculine. For the feminine, this is talking about how you balance your clair gifts with your masculine energy to initiate, okay? So again, remember, you're always working on balancing that. So that feels complete to me, except for one last thing, Buddha. Buddha came up as the 33 card, is the bottom of the deck for the Ascension deck. And remember, we saw him as like the outcome of this cycle, 10 of Cups, fulfillment. So this is saying, when you draw this card, Lord Gautama, who became the Buddha, is calling you to live in a state of peace, compassion, and enlightenment. You are ready to expand your consciousness to include all that is and to view the world from a higher perspective, right? This is where your oneness is going to get you here. And this is not here destination. This is here state of being, remember? Okay, so you are asked to live in total harmlessness with all things. This creates safety for you, for all creatures will love and feel safe with you. Your guidance is to remember we are all one and to treat each person, animal, and sentient being as if they are a beloved part of you. Okay, again, those lessons that I told you we'll be working on. So this does feel complete now. I'm going to leave it here. I hope to work with some of you soon. If you have questions, comments, you can always reach out. And I'll see you for the live reading around the solar eclipse. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.